What's up?
What's up? How's it going? It's funny because like a week goes by between us doing these shows, and like in the NFT space, I feel like 10 years have gone by.
It's ridiculous.
It's like it's like I talk to you almost on a daily basis, but when I see you, it's like we've aged years in this NFT world.
I wonder if it's shortening our life expectancy.
It's certainly more healthy than smoking, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, shout out to everyone that's quitting smoking. I know a couple guys in the VeeFriends clan are
That's right.
on that journey.
Yeah, we definitely support them for everything that they've got going right now. I think they're up to like 12 or 15 days or something. And a few people have talked about quitting vaping too. So that's a new one.
Do you have vaping where you are? Probably, right? It's like
it's similar in the youth circle of vaping. A lot of adults do it. And look, you got to understand, like this part of the region, like smoking like a nargila, like those big tobacco vase things that you put coals on top.
Yeah, we call that
definitely hookah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I think of hookah? Hookah is super popular for so many years here, and like it's like a young trend, but like now this vape thing is a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
But and you know, they've decriminalized marijuana. It's still illegal, but they've decriminalized possession of it, which has made it basically out in public now. So people smoke all the time, but like cigarettes, that is. Vaping, though, has become very popular in the younger social circle, which I think is normal for most societies so far. It's easier for kids to get vape pens than it is to get cigarettes now. So.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
I did hear a podcast. The New York Daily did a podcast about an individual who he was like a teenager, but his lungs were like a 60-year-old man because he had been vaping for 2 years, and it's just not good.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he might be one of the exceptions, like one of those case studies that have like happened as a result. But I think because of the heating of the liquid, your lungs just can't handle that, and it's worse than cigarette smoke. It's gas. You're just breathing gas.
Yeah, I know there was this thing they were talking about, this thing called popcorn lung. That there was, you know, with the whole vaping phenomenon, there was some sort of thing called popcorn lung. And yeah, I mean, both of it's terrible. Anytime you're burning dead plant matter or some sort of like liquid thing, can't be good. You know, can't be good. All right. Oh,
but if you burn your NFT, you might get something out of it.
That is crazy.
Which is what we're going to talk about in today's show, burning a particular NFT.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. I mean, you know, I was lucky enough to even get into the project because of the VeeFriends community. That's really what kind of triggered me onto it. And it's one of these things where it's like, you know, just throw it in there, you know, throw it in the pot and see what shakes out of it. And things have been shaking really, really well, you know. So
I think it was the first NFT I had purchased when I couldn't buy a VeeFriend. I went out and bought one of these.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, I was talking to Post Verone about it, and he was telling me he was interested in it. What's the secret? We haven't even told everyone what we're talking about here.
You want to see it?
Yeah, let's show everyone what we're talking about.
All right, hold up.
Punks Comics. So he and I were talking about it, and I was like, "Are you gonna get this?" Because like when you know, in the VeeFriends community, even if you don't have a VeeFriend, you're like part of the community still, and you're able to build relationships with people and have conversations about what's most important, and that's buying and flipping NFTs. And actually, he wasn't too into it at first. Maybe he did buy one, but I was committed. I felt 0.2 was a lot of, for me, it was like half of my total Ethereum at the time. And I was very worried about committing to it, but I was told it was a good idea because the long and the short of it is, this is a comic book that is based on characters of NFT projects. The first issue about 12 CryptoPunks. And if you're with us right now and you're not familiar with what a CryptoPunk is, but they're like the OG NFTs back from 2016, late 2016, 2017. These CryptoPunks. You want to pull up a screen of like what a CryptoPunk looks like?
Yeah. Hang on.
These were like the original pixelated NFTs of the company's Larva Labs. And they were just selling these for, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks back in 2017.
It was actually free.
They were free.
Yeah, they were giving them out for free. They were legitimately just, you know, my understanding of it is that since it was so early, basically they were like, you know, being so early. I mean, so it's CryptoPunks, and it's, you know, so the Larva Lab guys, and then Curio cards, and maybe something else. But they were basically giving them out for free. And the whole thing about it was, it would give you the experience to understand how the process works. So
it was basically an educational tool to get people involved in NFT space.
Right.
So there you go. These are CryptoPunks. And Gary Vaynerchuk owns 54 of these.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's thousands of them. One just sold it at Sotheby's auction for $11.5 million. Just one.
Yeah, it's quite a thing. It's quite a feat. I mean, here are the sales right here. Overall stats. Current lowest punk available is 18.9. The number of sales in the past year. So basically, you know, 9,700. And the total value of all sales over the lifetime is 201,000 Ethereum, which equates to $419 million. I mean, this is quite a feat.
There's zombies, there's clowns, there's aliens, there's monkeys, there's women. There's all types of punks that have different characteristics. Not one is the same. And every project that exists now mimics this project.
Yes. In
distribution, in look, in style, in idea. The Bored Apes, for instance, is mimicking the CryptoPunk apes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's the craziest thing. Like, it's the craziest thing. And I mean, it's just on the surface, it's the craziest thing. But beneath the surface, you can see that there's something going on. I mean, these are the recent transactions updated 35 seconds ago. And you're talking about offers for 32 Ethereum, 62, 19, 70.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I had this much Ethereum, I would buy into this.
Oh, 100%.
I would want 100%. To be a CryptoPunk owner. Like, this is cream of the crop. You own one of these, yeah, you've made it.
100%. I do not disagree with that at all.
And yeah, go ahead.
The other thing about it too is, I notice here when you move around this thing, this stays here. So this brings to the Discord. So one of the underlying factors in all of these projects is the community, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, Discord has been popping off for all of us that have just recently got into it. Obviously, Twitter, you know, pops off. I just recently started becoming a Twitter user, and I find it's
like, welcome back to reality.
I mean, I avoided Twitter pretty much my entire adult life, for, you know, just for the sheer, you know, try to keep it as noise, you know, just try to keep the amount of noise to a minimum, you know, for myself. You know, because I was there in the Facebook, and you know, I was there in the earlier Instagram and all that stuff, and you know, I never really saw the value in it, unless if you know, if I was promoting business, you know, of course. But on a personal level, no, not so much. So, you know, I've just recently been drawn back into Twitter to try to understand and figure out how it works, because of VeeFriends and NFTs and this whole.
I've never tweeted so much since the beginning. Like when you know, like, oh, when Twitter started, I got involved with it, and like when I was doing community work back in the States, like, and I was tweeting as the local community leader, but like I'd taken a break because it's just exhausting to have to be a part of that experience. Like even now in the doing social media work, I'm not. I'm responsible for tweeting for my company, but it's not like as excessively as I've been involved with the NFT space, because every single day there's a retweet, a like, a share, a this or that to get a
Giveaway.
free NFT
Yeah.
giveaways.
Data.
Everyone's giving away. And I
Yeah.
don't care that I'm following these people.
Right.
You know what? Go ahead. Give me
I
a
like
free entry into your project, and it's going to save me from spending 0.03 Ethereum in gas. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
sure.
beginning to like it. I'm beginning to like this Twitter thing. You know, like I had told you yesterday, I really I want to dedicate a minimum 10 minutes a day on Twitter to just kind of understand it, because where I'm at, like I don't really understand how it works, kind of still. Like I understand the retweeting and the this and the that. I understand that it's a factor of like a news, like it's like factor of news, and I'll call it noisy news, right? And I'm finding that the Twitter metrics, even like sometimes when I talk to young people about something, their first question that comes out of their mouth is how many Twitter followers do they have, which is, it's interesting, you know what I mean? And it's something that I never really thought about. But when you get into a space, I guess, whether it be NFT or crypto or something to that effect, there's a very vibrant, open type of community there, which I didn't necessarily realize that that was going on, because in the normal space of things, you know, people have a lot of, I guess, disgruntled things to say about Twitter, whether it be censorship or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. There's a lot of chaos in the whole when Twitter is discussed. But we do have to realize that it's been around for a while and it's pretty dominant. And, you know, to be engaged in this NFT community that we're in, I think it's necessary to have a Twitter.
It's in the like in the NFT space, if you don't have Twitter, you miss 85%. Like if you're not involved in Discord, okay, don't get me wrong, we were talking about this. You may be someone who's like, you know what, I bought my VeeFriend and I'm done. I'm a lawyer, I've got a full-time job, I can't deal with the noise, I've got enough noise in my life.
Yep.
But if you don't have access to Discord, the Twitter space is one way to easily access information on a more than daily basis, because Gary Vaynerchuk is going to tweet at least 10 times a day.
Yeah.
And he's not just tweeting because he thinks he should do it. He's tweeting because he knows he has to do it, because what he says matters, and putting it on that space sort of makes it the word of law.
It's kind of like a culture graph, depending on like what pocket, right? I guess there's many pockets of Twitter, right? I'm sure there's mom Twitter out there, kind of like how like with TikTok there's like mom talk, or there's like food talk or whatever it is, and all that stuff. I'm thinking that Twitter has pockets like that as well, and you're always going to get more of what you focus on. So it's the same thing. Like if you're focused on NFTs, well, you're going to just vicariously through the algorithm of whatever you're following and things of that nature, every time you open up Twitter, you're going to get smacked in the face with NFTs, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, that's what I want. You know what I mean? So, dude, this whole thing is just, it's mind-boggling to me, man. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm baffled. I'm baffled. Let me see here. What are you doing? Are you looking at cats?
I am alerting people about this live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm still doing that. I put it on Twitter actually. So
I wonder how many Twitter followers do you have? Because I'd be curious. Like, I am legitimately feel that I am prepared to put in some Twitter work. You know what I mean? Like, so like how many Twitter? All right. First off, how long have you been an active user on the Twitter that you use?
I mean, I've had it for I don't know, a decade. Okay. I've also I've got like, I don't know, 800 followers and I follow like 1,000 people, but there was like a good 5-year, 6-year period where I just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then I'll be honest, when Trump was elected president, I became more active on Twitter because I felt an obligation to know what was being said.
Yeah.
However you feel about whatever he tweeted about, that's not my concern. But the fact that this public, even when Obama was president, like he wasn't tweeting in the same mannerism that the president at the time was. And I felt an obligation to at least follow him.
Yeah.
And maybe I wasn't tweeting, but I was back on Twitter. And it just happened to be that slowly in the NFT space, I got active again. But I could have easily had thousands of people following me, and I could have been following thousands of people too. I mean, I also got involved in other. I'm more heavy focused on Facebook, and since the NFT stuff's exploded in our lives, I've actually veered away from Facebook, and I've gotten incredibly heavy in Instagram and Twitter, and also in. I guess I've been introduced more to TikTok, but not for the reasons of NFT, but like there are people in our community and space that have TikTok channels that I now follow. And I feel like I owe it to them to at least give them a like here and there and support them.
So we're getting sucked in. We're getting pulled in, man. Because it's one of those things. It's like, if you asked me about Twitter three months ago, I would have told you, meh, I got no use for it. You know what I mean? Meh, it's a little noisy. I got no use for it.
I had to reactivate my notifications on it because I was. Here's a tip. If you're following someone, yeah, you'll see them in your algorithm occasionally, but there's like a little bell next to their name. If you push the bell and do all tweets, every single time they post a tweet, you'll get notified about it. So with Gary in particular, I do that. And with NBA Top Shot, when they announce, because what they do is they announce their drops randomly for their packs.
Yeah.
And if you're not following them on Twitter or you're not in their Discord, you're not going to get it. And the Discord is way too noisy in there that I'm a member of it, but I'm never a participant. So Twitter is the one space I get. And there's actually someone who's very insider active on the Discord. I follow her and get, I don't really communicate with her, but like I get notifications from her because she's the one who like notifies me, oh yeah, here's the secret drop. And then I know to buy a pack.
How do you feel about Top Shots today?
I'm not opening my packs. I've accumulated a few packs over the last. I've been in a couple drops that I've fallen asleep because of the time difference, so I've actually missed them. I should have 6 or 7 packs, but I've missed 4 of them. I'm not sure where it's going. They're in like a beta phase, and if you're in a beta phase this long, what does that mean when you've already dropped easily 100 plus releases of packs? I don't know what that means. So I'm just holding on to my packs right now because I know there's going to be a future where you're going to be able to resell your packs. And I'd rather, at the moment, resell those packs than open them and be disappointed because I have been pretty disappointed so far.
That's a strange metric. So it's like, yeah, you're basically buying booster packs with
some are rarer than others and cost more money. And you need to own a certain amount of moments to be eligible to buy a certain amount of packs. And whereas it used to be that they just would release a pack and like hundreds of thousands of people would rush in at once and you'd never get a pack. So then they started a collector series where only certain people could buy certain packs. And since then, I've been late to pack drops and still have gotten packs. So it's maybe the hype's died down a bit some, but it's
This is on.
certainly
This is
it's
on.
also the end of the season. So
Yeah. Is this on their own thing or is this on Ethereum as well?
it's their own thing. So you buy stuff either with their credit, Dapper
Mhm.
credit.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I won some from them, which was nice. So I paid for 2 packs using their credit
Mhm.
or a credit card,
Mhm.
and they don't allow you to pull out. Like if you're in, your stuff's in. They don't let you come out of it yet.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they've done that is because they want people to stay involved and not pull their money so easily.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good idea. But at the same time, I think there should be a minimalist amount that you can take out. Like,
So yeah, they're looking for holders. They want holders. Hang on, excuse me for a second. Here we go.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're looking for holders. Yeah, my wife is creeping around in this room. She's trying not to be on camera.
We could edit this out.
It's fine. No edit. I'm not into that edit thing.
Real life stuff.
Yeah,
Real
life,
shit.
life. You know, family man. You know what I mean? Things happen. Okay.
Oh, just if I could say something about that, one more thing about Top Shot is if you haven't gotten into it now, there's like a real fear that you can't. And I actually think that's accurate. But like if you don't get into like CryptoPunks yet,
Yeah.
but you work your way to get a CryptoPunk, you can do that. Like I don't think I think the NBA Top Shot had this thing and now it's kind of leveled out. But in order to get up here, you really have to buy up and buy a lot of moments. And I don't know if that's possible for people who are just interested in buying some packs. Does that make sense?
You know, that's funny because when I think about that stuff and like the exclusivity and kind of the shutout, exclusivity and shutout, I think there's like a perfect balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you have enough and then it creates and it builds kind of like a FOMO ramp, right? We've talked about FOMO ramp, but if there's not enough in there, like let's just say 3,000 people in there and like a good percentage of them are like notable in this space, if that's not the case, then I could just see like a decline. Because sometimes less is more, especially like if you're like CryptoPunks or whatever, but sometimes you got to go more is more, because like the way that I see it, the Ethereum blockchain is winning
Yeah.
right now. And I know that there's a lot of projects that are running in fiat. So it's like this weird thing going on where it's like NFTs are NFTs, like that's the thing. We're in this space where it's like it's been building up so much to, you know, a certain point. I mean, Amoeba just sold last night for 1,000 Ethereum.
Has the floor crossed an ETH?
Oh yeah.
Because when we last checked that, I think it was even a week or two ago. It was like 0.89 or something.
Dude, hang on. Before we go any further, I actually want to show you this. Did I tell you about this or no?
The 1,000 ETH Meebit?
Yeah.
No.
Prepare to be amazed, my dear. This is what we have here.
A two-faced pig?
Yeah. 1,000 Ethereum.
Wait, a two-faced pig sold for 1,000 Ethereum?
Two face, two snout. Yeah. CGA shirt. I don't know what that is. CGA shirt. He might be the only one with a CGA shirt. Oh boy, what's going on here?
You clicked into the CGA shirts.
Yeah, but I wanted to see how many there were because there's 100 of them. So this shows 0.05. Now, so yeah, this here was.
No, 0.5. It's 0.5%.
Yeah.
100 sounds correct then.
Yeah, 100 does sound correct. My whole thing about this is when we look at the big dogs, when we look at the
see
big
his
dogs,
history?
Yeah, so the floor, even on the offers, all the floors are
1.5.
1.5.
That's wild.
So yeah,
just for those listening who are curious about why I say that's wild is because even though it's 1.5, it's really like bidders and robots that are doing this undercut it like by 40%. So really it means the floor is closer to 1.8 or 2.
Yeah. But I mean, again, too, this is after this big news because it triggers a crazy news cycle. So here we are too, I mean, I'm scrolling down. We have 1,000, 700, 420, 400.
1,000.
Like there's a grip of them. There is a grip over 100 recent sales.
Can you explain to our audience how much is 1,000 Ethereum?
Yeah, I mean, what we're looking at is if
$2 million.
If Ethereum is 2,000, you're talking about $2 million, right?
$2 million for an NFT.
$2 million.
And like I look at him and I go, you know what? Maybe that is worth 1,000 Ethereum.
I mean, guess what? Because we talked about this as well. This is a Larva Labs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's their project.
So this is a Larva Labs project, and
these are characters you can access on virtual land.
Yeah, on the metaverse here. I actually saw a couple guys walking around with their Meebit in crypto voxels. So yeah, it's wild. All right, I mean, wow, I never even looked at this, but we have we got a little marketplace here as well. This guy's actually looking pretty smooth. I could rock that guy.
Wow, it's like now is time to get in on the Meebits at the
I mean,
like if you can afford 1.5.
I think May was the time to get into Meebits.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not kidding ourselves. I mean, right now it's time for us to at least keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up? We got Corso in the building. Shout out to Corso.
Thanks for joining.
And this is actually my friend. Unless real artists get into NFT, they won't take off. This is my friend Max. Shout out to you, Max. And there are a ton of artists. Whew, you are not mistaken about that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, so a thousand Ethereum is no laughing matter. It doesn't matter to me like what it is. 1,000 of anything is no laughing matter. You know what I mean? Like, yikes, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I remember we talked about the 700 Ethereum Meebit, you know, and that was like the deconstructed one that has very, very low values. And
but there's like only 5 of them, right? That see-through one.
Yeah, the deconstructed one. This guy. Let me see. We'll take a look at the properties here. Dissected. So
dissected. There's like 5 of them, literally.
So the other thing is this is 0.03. Remember the other one that sold for 1,000, it was 0.5. So it's kind of sending a signal or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's made the floor move. And what we have here is this one's talking 0.03 dissected and no shoes as well, and a 0.49 on the hoodie. So when we get here, there's 5.
Yeah.
There's 5. And look, wow, there's an offer and they're not selling. They're not selling.
Oh my God.
There's an offer. No, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I thought it said 1,000, but it's 1 point. Whew.
Okay, but he's selling it for 5,500.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's cheap. I don't know, man.
Man, that's like we're about to see a war with Ethereum for these guys.
I mean, that's just 6.2 milli if we're just talking.
That is a taxable event.
Bro, all it really takes too is like, look, like $6 million to me is different than $6 million to you. That's different than $6 million to, I don't know, Conor McGregor. So, I mean, let's just say Conor McGregor's like, hey, what's going on over here? You know, he sees it just like prances across his Twitter feed somehow. And he's like, what in the world is going on here? And he's like,
but this is the thing. Like, you're thinking like $6 million kind of actually is the same to me as it is to you, but like 5,000 Ethereum, like if you have 5,000 Ethereum, you don't think about it as $6 million. You're like, I've got 5,000 Ethereum.
Yeah.
When you're in the range of having 5,000 Ethereum, you're at a whole other level of being a crypto czar of sorts. Like,
yeah, I feel like we're not watching from the sidelines anymore, though, because we are Punk's comic holders. I feel like
I agree.
I feel like that. Okay, we're not necessarily in the club, but we're not fenced out. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and we'll be able, and depending on how we behave with our comic, we'll be able to either benefit from it, or I mean, we're going to be able to benefit anyway. It's just a matter of how we want to participate. So what I was talking about when we first started was it was 0.2 to buy in. So they only had 10,000 issues released. They haven't released the issues yet. They're supposed to be coming in August. And inside the first issue are actually 16 CryptoPunks that we were looking at. So 16 have been selected to be featured in the first comic.
Yes.
And the way it worked is the first 5,000 people to have purchased this NFT receive an additional second edition comic that's going to come at a later date. And then everyone afterward, there were random drawings held. I had issue number 5131, and like 5130 was the winning NFT for an autographed comic. So I was one off.
Way.
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated.
Wow, that's interesting. You're one off?
One off, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you win everything. You win all the time. You're like a winner. You're just a pure winner. You win a lot. So. I don't feel bad for you anymore. I was actually in the Discord. So speaking about community, I mean, I was in their Discord last night, and they were talking about having sushi and whatnot. And it was this gentleman here, G-Funk, and Beanie's really, really active in that Discord as well. And then I don't know
who own those. You mean are active?
The people that own what?
You're saying like Beanie.
Yep.
The guy who owns Beanie was in the Discord.
Yes. Right. Because like, check it out. Like, these guys are the ones that set off the whole, I saw on Twitter today, it's hot PFP summer. What's that? Yeah. Hashtag hot PFP summer. Twitter actually, no, I'm sorry. OpenSea actually tweeted it today. And what that's referencing to is just the profile picture-ness of, and these guys are the ones that set that off. So Beanie is Beanie, and as far as I'm concerned, that's, they're obviously real people, but in the digital space of the world, and just
that's who they are. Yeah,
that's who they are. You know what I mean? So it's like when they come on Discord or whatnot, there's a certain level of like, these guys are just normal people, and they're trying to run a successful operation and keeping it cool. It's the same thing with VeeFriends. It's the same thing with all of these communities. This is why it's like,
but it's not anonymity. It's not the same as like being anonymous and entering these spaces and having like a fake name or whatever. It's like, no, I purchased this, and it's kind of like my avatar. It's who I am when I enter this digital space, which is total fair game. It's not like they're lying about who they are or anything.
Right. And not only that, I mean, they've gotten to the point in notoriety where they have to deal with it in terms of business. You know what I mean? So they're operating a business, and it's something that they had actually talked about last night when they were on the Discord, because they were out at a meeting. It was like, heavy hitter NFT space people meeting at a sushi spot. And, they were cracking jokes, and I don't know, which jokes were real or whatever, if they were just kind of trolling. But, you saw on the Twitter, there was pictures of, them at the sushi spot. So that's why it's like, I'm taking Twitter a lot more serious, like, especially like, if I'm going to be in this space and whatnot, Twitter's necessary. Hey, we got Carson.
What's up, Carson? Thanks for
Nice.
joining us, man.
Thanks for joining us. If you guys if you guys have questions, by all means, we're just trying to kind of shoot the breeze about the Punks comic. The Punks comic ran up. It ran up to like 1.4 a couple days ago, and now it's pretty solid at about 1.28 or something to that effect.
Which it's not too late to get in. Like if
I'm not selling.
I'm not selling. And I think the reason why we're not selling, because we both talked about it. I debated selling for a Gutter Cat. You debated selling for a Meta-Key.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pluses and minuses to selling these. You get the ETH instantly, like you have a good amount of ETH to spend on other projects.
Mm-hmm.
But if you burn your issue, you get an actual issue, a digital and an actual issue. What's up, Charles? Thanks for joining us.
Oh wow, we got the whole crew coming in.
Justin's here. Hello.
These guys. Here's the other thing too, guys, is we're doing NFC. I'm sorry, not NFC, NFT. We're doing the UFC tonight over on the Insiders. So if you don't know, now you know. So go ahead.
Trilogy, the third of the third.
Yeah,
hopefully.
McGregor Poirier.
So if you burn it, you get the actual issue.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stake it and put it back into the vault of the creator who owns 12 CryptoPunks,
mm-hmm.
you will get 20. It's either 2,000 or 2,500 punk tokens. And these tokens will be traded, I think, on Uniswap. And every time there's a sale from the vault, you will get residual payment in Ethereum.
Yeah. I mean,
and the only issue you can stake is issue number 1.
Right. Yep. So, yeah, it's all on the site. It may or may not be easy to read or whatnot, but it's all on the site here. I mean, in terms of, all right, staking or burning. So you and I, we're kind of in a precarious situation. I mean, we're holders, but we only hold one, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you pick your poison.
We're in a precarious situation. Oh boy, Charles sold his for another Gutter Cat. I mean, Charles, you're the Gutter Cat king. You know what I mean? Like, he's King Cat.
King Rat now too. He's got
King Cat and
rats.
King Rat. Yeah. Congratulations for the rat today. Yeah, we're in a precarious situation because we don't know, do we stake or do we burn? I mean, burning has its whole other thing too, because you're going to receive the PixelVault Founders token, which represents, so this is super interesting, proportional ownership of the works held in the Founders Vault DAO. So these works, what they're doing is they're doing fractional ownership of CryptoPunks, which is
plus anything else that has been put in their vault DAO, which is some Meebits are in there, I think, and some other items.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know what to do there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only have one, so I mean, what are we doing? Staking, right?
Staking.
We're staking, right? So staking, we're not getting a physical copy, right?
No.
Okay.
But we're like joining the vault, the team.
So what's the difference between staking and burning? Because now I'm all jammed up. So burning is going to get you the physical copy, and it's also going to put you into a different level, which would be this Founders Vault token. Right?
Right. So you get this token, another NFT, essentially, saying that you're a founder.
Yeah, dude. I hear you, Julian. It's time to get. I mean, I don't know, man. I would love to have two, to stake one, burn one, and at least just have two sides of the coin. King with no crown. I don't know, man. I don't know. We have until the 15th, right? So the 15th is where there's going to be it's going to be the run of all that. And the other interesting thing is there is going to be an issue 2. That issue 2 is going to be Ape Madness.
Right. They're deciding right now what the 16 or the 8 apes that are going to be featured in the comic are.
Yeah. These are all the guys that are in the running.
They've been doing voting. And it's been interesting because this is, we were talking about giveaways before. What a great way to do a giveaway than say, hey, vote for my ape. I'll give you one of these lower NFTs that I have if you come and do it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The whole thing, and this is, again, it all goes back to the thesis on all this thing where community matters, man. And then it's all the most fireest, most engaging, most thoughtful and innovative communities are going to be the ones that win. I mean, we talked about this last time with the apes, and they gave out these dogs, and lo and behold, dogs held the number 2 position for a very, very long time, while apes was holding number 1 position for a very, very long time. So, we can clearly see, I mean, there's definitely something there. And then especially, now you've got basically these guys that are OGs to the scene, punks and all these OGs, and they're artists, right? Going back to what Max was saying before, it's gonna, it takes artists to get into this. I mean, there's a lot of artists into this, and basically, these OGs are basically paving the way and basically intermingling, right? Because I mean, we saw this even with Cool Cats, right? Cool Cats, basically, it wasn't selling out. They got adopted by punks. And then now the floor.
You couldn't have found that out, though, without being part of their community.
Exactly. I mean, I missed it completely. I missed that entire thing completely. Like, shame on me, you know what I mean?
That happened overnight.
It did, right?
Here, Julian's helping us out here.
Yeah, so what do we got? Staking gets you the physical plus the punks token, which there's 16 punks fractionalized. Burning gets you a Pixel Vault DAO token, which has value from the DAO itself plus the alpha.
The comic.
Yeah. The vault holds 25% of all punks tokens as well. Okay.
I wonder how many like people will sell their tokens.
I don't know.
If you can jump in quickly and buy some tokens as they're being sold.
I got to tell you, with all the FOMO that I have with apes, and now my newfound FOMO with Cool Cats, and all the FOMO that I have in the NFT world, this comic makes me feel cool. It makes me feel like a cool person. You know what I mean? Like, I actually feel like a cool person. You know what I mean? It's but again, it's one of those things where it's like, have to make a decision. Like, what decision? What to do? Because there's also that other FOMO of wish I had 2. Why didn't I get 2? Like, what was wrong with me where I didn't get 2? I mean,
everyone.
Funds.
You also didn't buy the original mint. You bought on the secondary market.
Well, to my defense is, at that time I wasn't using MetaMask, unfortunately. So I did go to try to get the mint. Like, if you look at the one that I have, I went to go get the mint, but I didn't have MetaMask at that time. I'm not a MetaMask user, and it just wasn't doing the thing. So at that moment, I went on to OpenSea, and I started setting up, like, you know what I do? I just try to look at the floor and try to look at the floor. And I found one at the mint price, and I'm like, wait a minute here. It's minted at 0.2, and it's on OpenSea right now for 0.2, and gas is 5 or something at that point. So I'm like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, what's this person doing? And it ended up, again, because you told me about the whole thing about the pre-5,000. So you had told me that, and then come to find out, I mean, I'm in like the 2000s or something. So I don't know, man. Shout out to you, Carson, because that's exactly what we talk about every single week. It's like there is so many projects and staying in the communities, and not necessarily. Gary has been saying lately of this thing of it's not like this or that. It's this and that.
And that, yeah.
And that is very, very, like cast a wide net, right? Like obviously we're not whales, right? We're just normal people. We pay our bills. We've fucking, we're not independently wealthy here. So I like it from our perspective, since it's like, we're just, pardon my French here, but we're just scrubs. Like I'm just a scrub in this entire thing. You know what I mean? I was lucky enough to
get table scraps.
Yeah. And
information.
FOMO every day is 70% FOMO and 30%. Where do I go? You know what I mean?
when the FOMO, seriously though, when the FOMO hits, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's there's no feeling like that. Really, FOMO is really
I mean, the thing is it's just like, we just have to try to make good decisions. But sometimes it's one of these things where you just have to go with your gut too. I mean, what just happened with with the Deadheads thing? Like, I was listening to Props and Drops. I like to listen to these episodes because they're cool dudes, and I like the context. I like the way that they talk, and when it was recorded, Kalish was like, "Oh yeah, I've got 38 of them." Right?
Right, okay.
And Gary's like, "Oh man, I gotta buy one right now." So there's no video. It was on Spotify, so I can imagine Gary's doing this, and he's just, "Oh, got one, got two," and
he's telling Andy, Andy's across the way, and Andy's like, "Get on that."
Yeah, it's nuts. But lo and behold, you look at Kalish, and he had like 100 and some crazy amount that none of them were bought on Mint. None of them. They were all bought on, because that floor was rising. So Mint was 9 or 0.09, and the floor had risen. Do you recall how much? Like
after the drop, the floor automatically went to 0.13.
Yeah.
So after the sellout, it was 0.13, and then within a couple of days, it went to 0.14. But then this whole thing with Kalish and Gary, it went to 0.18, and then to 0.35 within like hours.
It's insane.
He must have bought up the entire floor of 0.18, like just swooped it.
Well, Gary had brought it up in the Discord, and then.
How do you buy so many so quickly? That's what I can't like click each and do a mass purchase. It's not like a Target shopping cart.
I think it was just they could have been just sitting on an airplane on Wi-Fi and just scooping them up the entire plane trip. You know what I mean? I have no idea.
Got another one.
But it's absolutely bananas, and it's to the thing where it's like that in itself will trigger something. It's like to see the power of. And like that's again what it is, like to see the power of community. Because I mean, Deadheads, good project. I don't own any, but kudos to them. And they, for all things, everything. I wish the best for that project, and I want to get in. But I mean, they probably owe a lot of that because it was going unbelievable. They owe a lot of that to just the power of Gary and the power of VeeFriends, right? And the power of that, because it's an interesting thing to see. Yeah. Because Gary's not out there saying, "Oh yeah, this, oh yeah, that." But it's cool that even in the podcast, he had brought up Punk's comic. They were talking Punks in the recent episode. It was episode 2. And I find it super interesting that they had, he speaks openly about kind of what's going on and what his thought process is. And even as to like which punks is he buying and why did he buy it? Like, if you haven't heard the episode, I highly recommend it. 100%.
We'll put the link in the notes at the end of the episode. I think they were talking about making Gary an ambassador.
Oh, I mean, he's an ambassador already. You know what I mean? He's an ambassador. He's an
Now,
ambassador.
Julian got 4, he's saying.
Yeah, he got 4 at 0.18 as soon as Gary told Discord. Yeah, 0.18. The floor right now, I think, is actually 0.14, right?
It's rising though. I think I heard it was rising again. And they're talking about scooping up 300 of them and burning them automatically to help with the rarities.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how I feel about that. Because look, what if Cool Cats was like, yeah, we're gonna scoop up the 3,000 that haven't sold yet. And I mean, a Cool Cat now is what, 0.5?
No.
0.6? More?
Yeah.
0.8?
It's close, dude. It's
An
close.
Ethereum? Are you kidding me?
No,
Oh my God.
like, this is what I'm saying. Like, we were talking FOMO, right?
Is anyone on this live call right now an owner of a Cool Cat?
Look, I'm going to show you the floor right now. Hold up.
Oh my.
0.72, my guy.
Oh my.
Yesterday.
I feel like last week it was 0.07.
No. Yesterday it was 0.5 something, right? Yesterday it was 0.5 something. Yeah, dude, this is insane, man. That's insane. Your boy Iron Mike Tyson has one.
Yeah, that was posted in one of our Discord channels. Tyson bought one. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, look at these. Like, they're not that bad. As an animated NFT, they actually have a lot of appeal to them. They don't look like the generic crap that we've been seeing with the bulls. Cool Cat switching 0.4 and 1.
Julian, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Julian's not a degenerate. You're
not at all.
You're
a business person.
You're in the game. What is this? 0.1.
What I'm trying to say is, look at the way these look. It's not the same as like the way the bulls were, the Yetis, or this and that. Like they don't actually look the same. None of these look the same.
These guys are super cute, like legit. Like, you know, the thing is it's so hard to see it. Like, I don't have an eye for this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, you know, but
they're also looking the other way. You notice that?
Yeah. So it's these TV heads. These TV heads are fire. And the multiple, like this thing's super cute. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
Bob Ross.
Like, that's awesome.
There was one of the most, what was it? There's one and it's upside down, and that's the rarest one. I don't know where it is or where, who has it, but it's an upside down one, and it's the rarest one.
Well, I saw another Bob Ross. It seems like Bob Ross is a particular type of TV head.
Yeah. This guy got it for 1.9. Yeah, they're super cute, man. Like, they're super cute. And the thing is again, like, being kind of, I don't know if that's the proper term, but being adopted by, you know, people that have been in the space, it means something. You know what I mean? And I would say that it gives longevity, the 404 right there. I would say that it gives longevity, you know. How do I find the, hang on a second. I want to find the upside down one, because the upside down one is like super, super legit.
I wonder if Corso's still on the call, because he had a couple of his own bit shields that were picked up by some punk owners.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Bucket hat. Oh, right here, upside down. This guy right here.
Not to be done.
This guy right here is the rarest.
There's only one of them.
There's only one. There's only one to rule them all. And then you've got special. All right, so let's check these guys out. Let's check out these one of ones. These one of ones are pretty legit, man.
There's only 10 of them.
There's only 10 to rule the world. Oh, that's a lucky cat looker right there. Lucky cat guy.
Wow, it's a mannequin.
People are offering $10,000, $50,000. So these are people, like, also, again, like, not necessarily in, but they're not putting low ball offers. They're like, listen, I feel you. You know what I mean? Like, let me get in for $15,000. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Shout out to these guys.
Oh my God.
Really?
Imagine getting these on the drop.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what you're getting on a drop. And
right.
You pull these one of ones and you're like, hey, maybe they're in Ethereum. And then the whole thing gets bought up by the CryptoPunk scene. And all of a sudden you're listing it for 500 Ethereum. Like,
Oh,
come on.
yeah. I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out, right? We're trying to figure out where do we get the mint, because these weren't selling out. These weren't minting out. I guess the story goes like this. I think the sale was for, and forgive me if I'm wrong, I don't have my facts right, but I'm just, it's so noisy, but this is my understanding. So the my understanding is that they were minting for 0.05. There wasn't anything going on or something, and it just, it just wasn't moving or something. So there was a window of time, right? And then they lowered it. I think they lowered the mint to 0.02. And then
they gave people who already had minted a free one or something.
But something happened, something happened where they may have lowered it and they made good, to their community. I mean, that's one of the big things, right? And then boom. Somehow between that time and space, they got adopted. They got adopted by the entire NFT community at scale. You know what I mean?
It makes you wonder though, because like all these other projects that like Deadheads, Bulls on the Block, and name them.
Yeah.
Sewer rats, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how they're going to fare. And here's something that doesn't even sell out. And it's like nothing. Let's be honest, these look nothing like what we've been seeing, like Misfits, Yetis, bulls, goats, elephants, pandas. Yeah. It's none of that. It's totally different.
They are super cute though. Like, they are super cute. Like even the scary ones have that same kind of cuteness. Like you got this guy, he's super cute. You know what I mean? You got this guy, like they made them all cute. Even like scary.
I wonder what you get for owning one. Like, do you own their IP or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like they're not gonna have this amount of success and just like, okay guys, let's just go to bed.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I mean, I would say it's a success story. I don't know the whole underlying thing behind it all. Like, I really don't know. Like maybe there was a plan the whole time where it's like, okay, we're coming in. I don't know. Who knows? It's one of these things where it's like, yeah, the importance of community is paramount in this space.
And our community is constantly discussing what is the next. Yeah, Carson, I made your FOMO on this too.
Yo, check it out. We got Nick. Cool Cat's it's gonna haunt us. This is why we're stuck here.
What's up, Nick? Thanks for joining. What I was saying is that's what we're talking about always in our insider Discord. Like, what's the next thing? And everyone's like, okay, I gotta buy a Deadhead. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And boom, it's a fucking Cool Cat that no one knew about.
So here we
Mario did. Mario in our Discord group did. But
here we were like Deadheads and Maneki, because Maneki and Deadheads were kind of the same thing, and then this thing just came in and just like just lit the fire. I mean, you can see here clearly in this very short amount of time. This is something that I always like to look at. Yikes.
Number two.
Yikes.
Deadhead is up there. Let's not dance around that.
Oh yeah. But
with a lot of help though. Deadhead's got a lot of help from Gary Vee and
Kalish,
the VeeFriends community.
Yeah. Cool Cat's got
CryptoPunks is back on top. That's crazy.
Yep. And Meebits with that 1,000
ETH shot it to number 3.
Yeah.
254%. But look at that. Cool Cat's 2,700%.
Dude, the numbers on this is incredible because it just went, basically like 0 to hero. You know what I mean? 3.2.
Yeah, and an ownership. A lot of owners.
Yeah, a lot of owners. Like 2.5 is nothing to sneeze at. And this was just not that long ago, man. Like right here, like we were talking probably like, here's the 4th of July. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, caramba. Ay, caramba. And I've just been watching this floor. I've just been watching this floor every single day. Just laugh at me. Laugh at me every single day. Where are we? So many cats.
Yeah, but there's only a few cats that can stand. I mean, the Manekis aren't doing terrible. They were shaken a bit by how their challenge went, but they're reorganizing. I'm not worried about them
No.
fading away like some of these projects have. But this is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we learn by missing the good ones, and we learn by selling lower than we paid for on the ones we mess up on too. So.
Well, dude, let's talk about your deadhead. Can we find it? Your deadhead that you ended up.
Yeah, it's number 8382, I think.
Okay, hang on. This is what I'm gonna do. So you remember the number. All right,
Yeah.
What is it? 8?
Just for reference, everyone, I had 2 wrapped deadheads that I listed for 0.3, and they sold during Gary's moment of I'm gonna get into deadhead, and we tracked one in particular that sold because it wasn't quite at the floor yet, and it sold before that. So,
dude, I always find
the Titch Crypto Kitty that I can't buy.
I mean,
that's
you
my
could.
Crypto Kitty.
It's on sale, right? Oh no, it's not. Maybe you could just start putting an offer to this guy. He might throw you.
This guy hasn't been active for months. I've already.
Oh really? Oh, he's locked up. Oh man, dude, I would love nothing more than for you to have that. Hang on, we're gonna just go into your dirty little history here. Here we are. Okay, so.
Oh my God. This is the one that sold. We've followed him because.
Yeah, we're following this guy. And so basically you sold it 5 days ago for 0.3, which it's respectable, right?
Yeah.
And then after reveal, it was sold by that person that had bought it from you, which, truth be told, this is also another VeeFriends community member.
And a Bored Ape member too.
And yeah, a Bored Ape member. So let's sneak a peek here, because this guy, and granted, on your end, I mean, you sold it before reveal.
Yeah, so I had no idea. I could have had nothing.
Here's the floor on the pumpkins right now. Hang on, I gotta.
0.9. That's crazy.
It's crazy. The whole thing.
It's crazy. By the way, there's no remorse here in having sold my item. I still made 3x on it. I'm not upset.
Yeah, sorry, I had to bail on you. I had to do some life thing real quick. Okay, but
yeah. Happened. No, what I said is that I don't regret having sold it, knowing that it was a pumpkin head, because I still made 3x. And if you make money flipping your NFT any way possible, you're winning.
Yep. There's only 69 pumpkin heads, and out of those 69, there's only 22 for buy it now. So pumpkin head buyers are holding.
Yes, they are, and it's at 1 basically. The floor is basically 1 Ethereum.
The other day on these pumpkin heads, because these are, some of these have sold. So this one sold for 2.5, 2.5 we'll call it, 2, 1.5. Many of them have sold over 1. Yo, this one is sick. So this is a pumpkin head with the old eyeball use. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pumpkin head with the halo. Yeah, man. This is yours right here, right? 64. No, that's not yours.
No. It was 83, 82, I think.
Whatever. Pumpkins. Yeah, this is it's wild. It's very wild. 0.9. Oh my God. Yeah, That's what we're saying. 0.9. Ah!
Yeah, Steven. Can't believe it.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh man. I mean, I can't stomach it, man. I feel like the more I do this, the more that like, back to this, it's just gonna haunt me forever. You know what I mean? It's like the more that I do this, like it's just, we had started talking about how basically it's like one day in the NFT crypto world is like a week. You know what I mean? Like that's what this is. We're in some time warp vortex.
It's unbelievable. You go to bed, you wake up, and something major's happened. Like I'm
major.
constantly going back to the community. I wake up, the first thing I do is check my Discord communities, and I check to see what happened, what I miss, what's going on. I'm like, right before I go to bed, I make sure I've read one or two other things, and then if something pops up, I'm not going to bed. I'm gonna go spend another hour researching it. Like your whole mind is wired from this stuff, and it's
shortening our life.
It may not be healthy.
It's shortening our life.
0.9 Pumpkinhead.
I know it's gross. So this is the other thing that I was looking at too, is the MetaKey.
MetaKeys.
And I got to tell you, I don't know what this is, man. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm into it. I'm into it.
Very much so.
I don't know what it is, but I know that it's something, and I know that it's something. The floor on this actually rose to over 1 Ethereum yesterday.
But then it corrected itself.
And then it corrected. You can see actually the history here. Right. So it was hitting 1.08, 1.14. It hit 1.22, 1.28. Oh, whoa.
So
No,
something also. So Todd got me into this channel as well, this server, and we're in it, but I don't get much out of the community by being there. And something I mentioned to him is like, this may be one with hidden channels.
Yeah.
And only if you're an owner of one of these items can you see the real conversations that go on.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing about it too is, what am I looking at? The other thing about it too is there's 3 different artists. So this is the Genesis, and then this is Artifact, which Artifact Studios is a player in, like street culture and things of that nature. So, back to what my buddy Max was saying about, artists. They're in here, dude. They're in here. This space is loaded with, I mean, basically everyone that we talked about is in one way, shape, or form an artist. The OG artists, the street culture community coming in. We saw that staple pigeon. Remember that staple pigeon? The robotic staple pigeon that we saw? And that other guy's thing. It's crazy.
It's like a rabbit hole sometimes, finding some of people's wallets on here and finding out what they own.
You know what we should do for an episode is we should go down the rabbit hole and just like whatever we feel like clicking on and just click, like we could just have an entire show. Just
maybe we should start with a CryptoPunk.
Yeah, I know. It's a rabbit hole, dude. To give you an idea, last night I made the decision to pick up one of those ENS domain names. I ended up picking up Duffle, DUFFLE.ETH, because it's like I just have bags, dude.
Yeah, nice.
Bags and bags. Oh man.
I actually sold some of my bags again. I'm still getting rid of them.
Shout out to the girl with the tattoos, Biscuit Club, right? Biscuit Club.
That's Gemma. How you doing?
And then we've got Julian. So yeah, Twitter Spaces. Back with the Twitter Spaces thing, I got involved in Twitter because of VeeFriends and just trying to stay up on the things. Like 100% Twitter Spaces. It's like Clubhouse, but it's like, I think it might smash Clubhouse, quite honestly, because it's just like, or maybe Twitter's going to buy Clubhouse or something. It's just like there's always whoever's the biggest one.
Oh, you're listening on it?
Yeah, it's just like Clubhouse. Like I checked it out for the first time yesterday. It's just like Clubhouse, but it's like already on the OG Twitter platform. So
Huh.
it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes.
So you could be on Twitter and you just push a button and you're on the spaces?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Check.
punks were on there with they had like a giveaway. I
Yeah.
just didn't know how to do it and how to like do all that stuff. But yeah, Julian, shout out to you for talking about Twitter Spaces because this is what triggered me to like actually take Twitter seriously. Um, Sandbox's next land sale is involving MetaKey. Yeah, so that MetaKey is something, man. There's definitely something there. It's definitely a club that has some exclusive thing.
And you're saying something like they're gonna create a next one, but it's these three that have like
Yeah,
exclusivity.
yeah. These are the exclusive exclusives. These first three editions, and then when you look at the availability on them, there's only 2.3, 2. I'm sorry, 2,300 of them available, and out of the 2,300, there's very small ownership, but that's a pretty big percentage. So if we look at the first one, we're talking there's only 500. When we look at the second one,
These
there,
keys unlock something.
yeah, there's that, and then this one has the most, and then that's it. So you're talking, this one is 1,000, and that's it. So we're talking 1,000, 1,750 plus 500, so that's 2,250, right? My math is terrible, but yeah.
We should follow a wallet on here and see where it goes.
You want to? MetaKey number 1 was at floor of 5 ETH not too long ago. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so again, this is where patience kind of comes into play as well. So Charles just brought it up. So this was at 5 not that long ago. So it's kind of, it's got to stable out, right? It's stabling out. You want to go into a Genesis one? Let's see. How do we do this?
Right there at the bottom. The one selling it. Oh, owned by, yeah.
Let's pick one because let's see. This one's got 15. This guy has 15. That guy's whaling. So what do you want to do? You want to do a high one or you want to do a low one?
Yeah, do the guy who had 15.
All right, let's go to the portal. Okay, so Decentraland wearables and 15 of these bad boys. Okay, see that wasn't.
So that gives us a hint. I mean, Decentraland.
Yeah, I like these guys with names. So this guy's
Okay.
sick. So shout out to Lickety Split. Love that name. All right, Lickety Split. Lickety Split 1, 2, 3, and Beacon Book.
What is this?
And then Decentraland wearables and hash masks. I mean, hash masks is no
Hash
joke.
masks. We got to figure that out. We've been talking about. We've been dancing around the topic of talking about it. Like,
dude,
we need to figure it out.
We've been dancing around hash masks for quite a bit.
That is something that we're not involved with yet that we need to get into.
You know what tells me that a project is on fire is when there's offers. Like there's just offers. There's just offers. Like every single hash mask has offers. That's got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Right?
And high offers, not just like.
Yeah, not tiddlywinks. You want to do one more here? I like this guy. Metaverse. He has Metaverse in his name.
Ooh.
So this is Sandbox stuff. More Sandbox stuff. And then we have art. Some Rarible. That's pretty cool. Cooper. Santa Christmas suit. So yeah, so it's heavily geared toward. So I guess my assumption would be it's heavily geared toward the metaverse, right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
just for giggles. I want to see this deadhead floor real quick. 13.5, yeah, or I'm sorry, 0.135. Not too shabby. Rabbit holes. I love rabbit holes too. So let's go to another rabbit hole. You ready? We'll go here. We'll go here. So this is deadheads. There's 2811 holders. And this is the, so Kalish is still buying them.
He's still buying them. Oh my god.
Sorry, Kalish, right? Matt Kalish.
Kalish, yeah. Who's number 2?
Bob Amore. You want to see Bob Amore? Let's take a look at Bob Amore.
Let's see his wallet.
That'll be fun. I like that name, Bob Amore. Hang on.
I think one word.
Yes, you are right. All right, let's go. All right, collecting.
He owns a Medikey.
Oh God, dude, this thing is so sick. Dude,
He owns a Medikey. See, we pulled it full circle.
This avatar is so sick. You see that thing?
Yeah.
All right, so we have an art collector and a metaverse and bulls on the block. I mean, lava bulls on the block. Like, let's go. You know. I don't know what this is. Naxisi, but that is sick. That art is sick. Oh, we got a pickle.
Got pickles. Pickles. Lots of pickles.
There's a big bag of pickles here.
Oh my god. A jar.
I mean, it's like a crate. Pickle crate. There's a pickle crate.
He's got a story. Oh my god.
Hey, remind me after we get. Okay, so this is the Stu Hamptons token for Bored Ape Yacht Club. There was all that talk about Stu for mayor.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily understand it all, but Punk Babies.
Punk Babies.
Ape Card. What is Ape Card? That's the logo, right? That's the ape logo.
Bored Ape Card, yeah.
What is this?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. There's only 21 owners. Okay, so he might be okay. The Ape Card is a physical membership. Solid metal. Represents one, and you can find more details there.
It's for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's for members of the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Is it though? I mean, because
he's selling it as one. It doesn't mean it's official.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? It could be just again like a fan project. Who knows? I have no idea. I have no idea. Where were we? NFTO. Yeah, this guy's an art.
I feel like some really good stuff's about to come up. I'm very excited.
It's coming, right? Oh, these things are so sick. Eat Casso? Yo. These things are kind of sick. Gangland skulls. How many do we have? Oh, we only have 1,149.
Oh my.
Canacard. There's so many like little punk derivatives. Like I see these painted 3D punks.
Yeah.
Punk maze, that's actually pretty sick too. I don't know. What do you think, Titch? What do we have to do?
I'm waiting for the CryptoPunk. Where is it?
Oh, we can I think we can do this. Hold on. Let's get quick. Let's get speedy. Filter, price, collections. 122 deadheads. Lambo now, Pickle, Camel, NFTO, Slum Doge, Punk Babies, ENS,
6 Cool Cats,
Hash Punks, Restricted Files, Crypto Leos, Genie Punks, a lot of different punk derivatives. I mean, look, if you have
Pirates.
yeah, four pirates. If you have 1,149 curated collection,
You have a ton of Ethereum.
well, I mean, you could probably just sell all of it and get a punk, right? I mean,
I mean, it seems that would be easy.
all right, we're getting into the lows here. 111. Oh, search filter. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, Charles fixed it for us.
Thank you, Charles.
Type in filter.
Nothing.
Nothing. Any me bits?
Oh, wow. Hey, two punks.
He's got two punks comics. There you go.
Is it one word or two word?
It's one word.
Yeah. So no.
Does he have any me bits?
This guy's wallet is juiced. I agree with you. It is juiced. I mean, bro, he's been in the game. This guy's been in the NFT game for quite a while. You know, Meebits. You know, and look, this could also be not his
Official wallet. This could just be his.
Right? Like,
I'm gonna mess around wallet.
Let's just get that perfectly out in the open here. Is, you know, this might not be his official wallet, but he went in heavy in Deadhead world.
Collecting and curating the best NFTs and rare NFT art for sale. So he is. I mean, he is selling also.
Yeah, but he might have a vault. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying. I mean, this could be his. You know, it's branded.
Yeah.
It's branded. He's got his ENS address and all that stuff, and it could be a vault. And you know, it's curating the deed. Let me ask you, what is this? Because I feel like this is going to be my new.
Yep, that's the new. No. It's Rug WTF.
Yeah, right. I can't even think properly because I'm like. Okay.
Yeah, these. Have you seen these, Charles? Are you on the call still? Have you seen these?
Charles, I think might be here. We have 8, so we have people falling off.
Yeah, this is the longest episode we've ever gone, so we'll wrap it up shortly.
All right. So what's going on here?
The top one.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like my internet is slow. I don't know, or maybe it's this thing is slow. No, it's definitely working.
Yeah, there it is. 10,000 of those.
All right, hang on. Bear with me here. Yeah, the rug. Yeah, this is crazy because I can't. It's not loading. I think they know what we're up to.
Yeah.
I think
Until next episode. We should start next week's episode with the rug.
Well, I mean, the rug might be over and done with at that time. What are your thoughts on Wicked Craniums right now?
If you can sell. No, we didn't look at the rats either.
Let's look at the rats. How do I find it?
It's gutter rats. Okay. 0 items though. It's at the top.
There's 2 of them. Oh, rats or
no, rats. They just haven't populated the information yet.
I think something's up with our boys over here at OpenSea. I think the rats are breaking OpenSea. Like, let's see if this works.
Carson, if you have any Wicked Craniums, this is not financial advice, but if you can get an offer on them or you can sell them, you should. All
right, so let's do. So here's the rats. We're gonna do highest last sale. Shout out to the Rat King, to the Cat King, Rat King. So thought wrong 2.
I'm so excited to see his rat collection.
Yo, OpenSea is super slow.
Super lag.
Yo, OpenSea is doing terrible because it definitely works because I'm like clicking on stuff on other sites and it's
No, but that's probably you're just getting a cache file.
I don't know, my internet might be broken.
Try to control F5 it.
What is it? Control F5?
Yeah.
No. Let me try this. Let me try this.
No, OpenSea's timed out. Look at this.
Yeah.
OpenSea's got problems.
Did we break it? Is it busted?
No, you're just looking at cache files. I think something happened.
Oh wow, this is lame.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, Charles.
Lame.
I think you broke it with your rats. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Sorry guys.
Wow. OpenSea's broken. Too much rabbit holing. Yeah, no kidding. Too much rabbit holing. So, all right. What did we learn today? What did we learn today? What did we learn today?
The moral of the story is, don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Don't sleep. And if you do sleep, watch out for the FOMO.
It's straight out like Clockwork Orange, where your eyes got to be open like this with the teardroppers going in, so you could like never miss a moment in this NFT space.
Oh,
God forbid.
Hey, I'm glad that it wasn't just us. So here's are you gonna be able to hang out for UFC tonight? Because we're gonna do UFC on Insiders tonight.
Okay, I'll take a nap and then wake up, or just not sleep. So I'll be there.
I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, the match is only going to be like a minute long. So it's like...
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think it's slated for like 10 o'clock. It's not going to happen until like 11:30. You know what I mean? Like the main event doesn't happen until like 11:30 or something. So
Eastern?
Yeah. It ends up being.
That's already like 6 a.m. for me, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I could go to sleep, actually, wake up for the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I hope everything goes good because, man, I've been dying. I've been dying to have like a watch party on like UFC with everybody. I think that would be so cool.
Is Post Verone gonna be there? Does he know about it?
I don't know. Let him know. I mean, I'm not I'm terrible at shilling. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
You know, but when that time comes and then it's streaming and then, you know, one person, two people, three, you know, hopefully we could all just kind of.
Are you gonna get in the Discord earlier than the actual fight?
Yeah, I think I'm going to set it up. And then, cause I paid money for it. You know what I mean? Don't tell Dana. Dana's not going to like it, but I mean, it's a watch party with the homies. You know what I mean? So, and then not only that is just like this thing is, there's so much, like almost every single fight that Carson, you're in my head now. You're in my head. What a good combo. Carson's in my head. So, with every single fight that Conor's been in since the Obama administration, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Conor's gonna win," or some whatever it is. He's only won one against Cowboy.
One in the last 5 years, he's had a win.
Yeah. Oh, also,
I read that today.
Bro, in the Insiders too, if you look, I basically so he round one knocked out Dustin Poirier on the first one, and I slowed down the shot, and I don't know what's going on in there or whatever, but I just the knockout shot take a look at that and let me know. Like, I think I actually DM'd it to you because I was cutting it and I was like looking at it and I'm like,
You did. I didn't get a second to look at it yet.
yeah, but I mean, obviously, like I'm not a fighter person. I'm not a fight pro, and anything could happen. But I mean, the guy definitely got KO'd. But it's like it was a weird way that it was done. But then on the second one, where Dustin knocked out Conor, very, 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 very dominant there. I mean, but it's one of these things. Like if Conor gets you with that one, all he needs is that one, right? Mm-hmm. And if he can get it in like the first 3 rounds, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff when he's fresh.
I don't even think the first 3 rounds. I think he needs to knock you out in the first round.
In the first round. Yeah, but I mean, maybe, yeah, because then I guess
he was so gassed by the second round when he got knocked out last time.
Yeah. I mean, it's even if you're not into this thing, it's like, it's hard to not get into it. Like my wife, she's just not into it at all. And it's like I keep on trying to like get her into it. And it's like talking to a wall. Like she's just not into it. You know, the violence and all that stuff. It's just not. It's not for everybody. But the story in itself, to me, is the thing. Yeah. And then what it is it's like, so first it's like Conor. It's the story of the underdog. You know, this guy out of Ireland and all this stuff, and you know everyone's been. So then it's like, okay, and then the meteoric rise, and now he shows up to UFC fights in a yacht and all that. And then it's like Dustin that has just been grinding out, not
the
getting,
American boy.
Yeah, just not getting the respect or whatever, and just grinding out, and then lo and behold, here he is.
The fact that he has to come into this fight and he's making 1/15 of what Conor is. And this is the 3rd fight, I'm sure he's going to come out and just beat his ass. That's what I think. I think it's over in 1 round.
Really?
I don't know anything, but that's what I think. Based on the data that I've seen. You could base this on data.
I saw the press conference and it looked, you know, guys, please don't, whoever, like, if this ever sees anyone outside of the NFT community, I mean, it's just, I'm not an expert at this, but, it looked very desperate. It looked like a very desperate, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's one of those things where when you're at the top and you're knocking and you're snuffing dudes, like you're coming in and you're just like snuffing these big names in round 1 for a while, you're able to talk that kind of way and act that kind of way because you're backing it up. But when it's been 1 win since Obama had left presidency, you can't really act like that anymore. You know what I mean? So if you do act like that in a press conference, it kind of shows a little bit of fear.
Yeah.
You know, I think he might be going in kind of a little bit scared, but he can't say it. You know, actions speak louder than words, right?
$15 million says a lot.
That's a couple me bits, man. That's a couple me bits.
We should track his wallet. We should see what he does after this fight, after the money's deposited.
Who's that?
Conor, how many me bits he buys after this fight?
He might be a me bit holder, man. I would think that he might be. I don't know. Like there's a lot, you know, Iron Mike Tyson, man. Shout out to Iron Mike with the cool cat. You know, shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z with the punks, man. Look, if I was in like Flynn and I was like a person and I saw this stuff happening like right now, or like as this has been going on with, you know, the scene, so to speak, I would 100% dive in face first into CryptoPunks. 100%. Face first. Just put my blindfold on.
The closest we can get is this Punks comic.
Yeah. I mean,
and we haven't come to a conclusion. We don't know what we're going to do with it. If we're going to burn it or stake it. I think I'm going to stake it.
We're at such a we had oh, this is my boy Isaac. We need all the sand. I don't know what that means. But yeah, we do need all of the sand. We need all the sand. You know what this reminds me of? Like, when's the last time that you got involved into something that was like new and fresh and has this much vibrant stuff? You know what I mean? Like hobbies, right? No.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like a kid. I feel like a little kid.
Maybe when I was 13 and doing magic cards or something.
Yeah. I feel like a little kid again.
Like with the Mox Emeralds and stuff, like trying to think. Sand.
Oh, you want to? I know we got to get out of here. We've been doing this for way long, but what if we do a little sand chart? Want to do a little sand chart? I'd have it up and charted. I'd chart the snot out of it.
Well, you just got a request for it.
Oh yeah, I remember Pogs, man. We used to get Pogs at a place called
Pogs. Yeah, that I remember. Shit,
Slammers?
I remember that.
Yeah, the Slammers.
Do you remember Muscle Men?
Mm-mm.
Muscle Men were like these little pink men that some had like 3 arms, some were animals, and like you never knew what you were gonna get because they came wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
And there was all kinds, and they had like a little wrestling rink that you could like pull them and slingshot them into each other. That had to have been when we were like 5 or 6 years old. But I remember being hyped about getting new Muscle Men when I was just a little kid.
You remember Micro Machines with the guy that he was
yeah, the Micro Machine guy spoke like a million words a minute. Those were like legit metal cars, like those Micro Machines when they first came out. And then they changed them and made them plastic. I remember that.
Things used to be real. I remember there was another car around that time where you would put like a penny in the back and they would do tricks. Yeah, it was like a little car like that, and then you put like a penny. When you put a penny, I don't know, it was like penny racers or something, and you put like a penny in it. I don't know, whatever.
My favorite Hot Wheels though were the ones that if you like hit them, they flipped and they had damage inside the car.
Uh-huh.
There was like a special collection of those, and I tried to grab them all, but yeah, the shit my parents wasted money on for me when I was a kid.
Hey, it's better than not having anything, you know?
True, but it could have bought Amazon when I was 13, but didn't.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, getting into that, here we go. What are we doing? Oh boy, hang on. Oh boy, hang on. Which screen do I share? Sand. What do you know about sand?
Sand, you need to own, like, if you own sand, you own virtual like land.
Yeah.
What it is.
All right. So here's the old coin, the old coiny coin over here on sand. We'll do a quick technical analysis and we'll get out of here. All right. So first things first, 4-hour candle. Second things first. This is 2021. This is January 1st right here. So it was chilling. You're talking 3 cents, 4 cents, teetering. This, my friends, I have been charting this since, I've been charting it since, I'd have to say right around here. Right around here. So probably
now, when you say charting, do you mean that's because you bought into it also, or you were just hearing about it?
Yep. No, I mean, I chart for 2 reasons. 1, because I'm in it, and 2, because I want to be in it, and 3, because it's just like exercising. You know what I mean? You got to exercise your muscles, you know? So by this time, I had already placed, so the reason why I know so these are my personal charts right here. The reason why I know that that I was in around this time is because of this line here. And it's just a line that I don't typically use these horizontals anymore, because it just gives me kind of basic information. But you can see here, like, I'll give you an idea. There's this thing, it's called an ascending triangle. It's a pattern, right? So this thing here, it popped out of this, and then it went all the way back down to this line, and it's created, you know, some sort of a slobby ascending triangle. But just in terms of patterns, this green line here is what I would consider the
diagonal line.
Yep. I would consider this, I'm sorry, I keep on moving this, but I'm just trying to make this easy to see. I would consider this a diagonal support for this time frame. So the other thing is I have Fibonacci's here, like these charts. This is so messy. I'm so sorry for this. I haven't looked at this chart in a while, and I haven't. So this is the problem with going live. So what I'll do, just so that we could start fresh, and just do kind of a quick little analysis on our boy here. What I will do is I will get all of these out of here. All right, now we could start fresh. Much better. All right. First things that I'm looking for, I'm looking at a higher time frame. So I like to do either 4 hours. So, you know, this is under Binance. The reason why I use Binance for whenever I can is not necessarily because I'm on Binance, but I like it because there's more volume on Binance than most other exchanges.
Okay.
It's
So
the
data, so you've got better data.
Yeah. And the thing is volume is important. So, you know, we'll get into volume a little bit. But just for basic things right now, I would do two things. One, I'm going to check Fibonacci. Fibonacci, I can't really explain it. It's just something that it's become like intuitive for me. Oh, jeez. And what I like to do is I like to figure out where's the major support. So you can see here where my horizontal is. What we have is we have an SR flip over time. So right where we are now, it's acted as support, but in the past, it's acted as resistance. You can see this here, right? It's acted as resistance here, and it's acted as resistance here. So what I would do is I would do two things. One, I would start here, go all the way up to the top. Now, first,
I'll be right back. I'm getting a...
I'm just going to talk to myself. So I would run this all the way up. And what this does is this gives me areas of support and resistance. It gives me horizontal supports and resistance. Now, it's not perfect, and I should actually probably adjust this all the way up to the tippity top here. And what that does is it gives us a little clear information on action. What we've done here is we were here down in the end of June, and this is why I think Isaac had actually brought this up. Oh, penny racers. That's what it is. Penny racers. Shout out to you. I had a bunch of those too. So what we're basically talking here is we were in the 15-cent range at the end of June, and then we just had this enormous run up. And I would consider this was an attempt to get past this golden pocket area in the past. And we have, in fact, passed that area, and we're actually looking to be supported there in the short time frame. So I would say all things look good. Now I'm gonna drill it down into lower time frames. So back now we have 1 hour candles. So these, again, they're not really perfect, but you can see that we have very clear reactions to the 0.5 being local resistance at this point, and we've passed this area, the golden pocket area. We've passed this as a point of resistance, and it was tested. It went back under, it went back up, and then we're basically going to see if we're going to go back under. Again, the weekends tend to do weird things in the markets. So another thing that I like to look at is something like this. We can see that the overall volume has been decreasing as well. So I would say there's a very strong chance that we're going to find support here in the short term at this 0.168 in the golden pocket. It's either going to be the 0.168 or the 0.65. And again, this is on 1 hour. Another thing I like to look at is I like to go ahead.
I'm sorry, Todd. I got to jump, but
all right. No, listen, you got to go. I got to go too. I got to go too, because we've been on this for 1 hour and 43 minutes.
We'll continue the sand topic. I'm sorry to your friend who popped on asking about it, but I've got...
Yeah, it's Isaac. It's all right. No.
Thank you everyone for joining us though. We appreciate it. Like us, subscribe now, we can say. We've had 5 episodes. This is our 4th episode. So next week. We'll talk soon though.
Find us on Twitter, because we're like Twitter nerds now. See ya.
That's it.
See ya.